Hello, brothers and sisters of light and dark. Welcome to my page. My page is about common sense. I try to keep it down in the nitty-gritty under 10 minutes. And if it goes over 10 minutes, it's something very important. And not important to liberals, libertards, people who believe in God, people who like to smoke, people who like to drink, people like ayahuasca, people like DMT, people who are stick in the muds, people who are sensitive, people who smoke marijuana. Okay, I think I said that before. But anyway, let's get on with the videotape. If you have any comments, questions, insults, or roasters, you put it down below. I'm the only realist alpha on the internet right now, and there's a lot of fakesters out there who take little bits and pieces of information from real alphas like myself and then regurgitate it because they think they're alphas. But it's okay. Everyone evolves. You can turn into an alpha one day if you just break free from all the emotions. Yeah, you can. And become a good psychopath like myself, right? But I'm the only realist motherfucker because I'm myself. I don't believe in a lot of fairy tales, a lot of beta alphas on this internet act at night because I got videos to back up what I'm saying, goddammit. Now, this video is going to be a response video to this female. As you can see her name up there, okay? And I'm not copywriting anything. I have a right to respond to videos just like a lot of people do, okay? And, of course, I will not be watching the whole entirety in video. But it says do this if you want to marry an Ethiopian woman. And I will tell you if she's right or wrong. Okay? Let's begin. Because I lived in Ethiopia. And I can tell you a lot of things about Ethiopia and the Gambia. I traveled to multitudes of different countries, babies. Okay? And I can tell you they're psychologicals. Alright? But let's begin on what she has to say, okay?
Question. In this video, we are going to be talking some of your questions. Okay, I feel like we're lingering around this.
And first things first, when you see females who look like her, she looks beautiful, got makeup on, that is a form of the Jezebel spirit. She has no interest in whatsoever in you, okay? You fuck her right, she's going to change on you. Give her money right, she's going to change on you. Because I've talked to a lot of Ethiopian women to back up what I'm saying. And Ethiopian men to back up what I'm saying. I have testimonials. Okay, so you got to watch out for women who have these nails. Any tattoos, always. She got a tattoo, you can see on the left hand. You automatically know she's about money. She's going to be into herself. She's not going to be focused on sacrificing herself for her niggas, okay, which niggas, N-E-G-U-S, means Ethiopian king, okay. Okay, I'm not no Ethiopian king, but I'm a king when I can say niggas, right? But let's begin. I'm not going to listen to everything she says because she's uneducated, and I know this is by fact because a lot of females out there don't really know English that well. And if you do encounter a female who knows English well, look out, all right? And I'll tell you the reason why, because a lot of women in foreign countries I've talked to from my experiences who know English very well, from what I was told by hustlers and pimps, their whole goal is they're going to be a liability for you, okay? Because they know English well, right? So they can get around better, right? All right, okay. It's better to deal with a female who has broken English than to deal with a female who's fluent in English. You got to be secure. Think about it. Yeah, let's go. Let's continue. Let's go.
Romance, like how you talk to your crush, and then how you the phone conversation, and then the love talk, and then I've been getting lots of different questions about how you can ask a woman to, how you propose. And then other traditional things that happen in Ethiopia when you wanted to, be married to Ethiopian woman.
What are you trying to say?
So, that's a
pretty.
good question, to be honest. So glad some of the guys are getting ready to get married. Okay, so, this is Ethiopian tradition. Before you ask the woman, before you be like, will you marry me, and kneel down, it's important to ask her parents' permission, okay?
This is what I teach guys all the time. If you're a legit alpha, you're up front. You are up front, but you're going to have to meet the parents. This is a very difficult thing for a lot of beta males and also beta alpha males. I always reach for high-hanging fruit, but it's better to deal with the parents to see that you're serious, okay? Because you don't want a female who's not living with her parents. Don't you agree? Well, she's living on her own. Do you think she's not even doing nothing? Okay, she's gonna be a liar, man. She has a lot of ample time for herself, right? You don't want that. That's a big thing. Okay, let's continue.
So that is called Shimagile Melak. Okay, Shimagile Melak.
Okay.
Okay, so you just, well, if you are ready to be engaged to that person, you should definitely know the family, obviously. And so you just, first you kind of like privately would ask the father or the mother. Most people tend to, like in the traditional way, tend to ask like the father, but like, hey, what if she doesn't have a father? Like, say I didn't have a father. But
And that's another thing. That's a red flag. If there's no father in the house, okay, even when I went to go see my girl Benta in the Gambia, okay, you know, even though you know automatically there's no strict father, you know what's going to happen. The pathology is very simple. They're not going to have the discipline in order to understand you as a man. If it doesn't matter if you're beta, alpha, or alpha, she's not going to understand you. She's going to change because she doesn't understand discipline. But it's real important to have the father. Like when I first married my Ethiopian wife, a virgin Ethiopian wife in Ethiopia, her father was there. He stood like 7 foot tall. He could easily chop my head off. Okay, but I have no fear because I'm being honest and respectful. That's who I am. Okay, and also up front. Okay. Other than that, I've married her because she followed my instructions for like the whole entire time I was there and everything else, and she got pregnant. Now that's another subject. Okay, so I'll talk about virginity a little later. It's important that a female's also a virgin, and there are ways you can tell. But I'm gonna let her talk a little bit more because I'm not gonna watch her whole video. Okay.
like, it doesn't matter like who you are asking. It's always good to ask the parent,
the father,
who is important to your fiance or your girlfriend. You gotta ask that person privately, saying, "I would like your blessing." I think this is kind of common in America too. Well,
no, it's not.
everywhere. You have to ask, have fun, and then that tradition, follow up.
If only women actually did this, which I teach this method for a lot of females who are still have their virginity. Okay, it's better to stay with your father, your overbearing father, your overprotective father. Okay, and by staying with your overprotective and overbearing father, which he may be, okay, which I'm never like that overbearing with my daughters, okay, because I do have daughters, okay. You have to understand something here. He's only protecting you in your virginity for your own sake, because once you lose your virginity, no alpha will want you. No real high value alpha will want you. Let me make that real clear. Alphas don't do monogamy. But let's continue on what she has to say.
Like 2 other days. So the first one is it is a bit odd.
Okay.
So the first one, you would send your family, say like your mom or your dad.
Okay.
Most of the time, I know it's kind of changing this time, but it used to be only guys. That is so gender inequality. But nowadays you can kind of mix up your family, okay? So, say you are a white man, and then she's Ethiopian woman.
But why won't she say white man? This is the problem I had in Ethiopia. Lots of women will either only accept you if you're American or a white man. You know, that's not their tradition. They're not supposed to do that. Too many times I'll talk to females who are named Batel and Edabez or something like that, and Yona, okay, you know, and then I'll tell them about, do you have a preference on what race? Because me, I'm a psychologist degree, so I want to ask questions. When I was out there for 2 years, goddamn it, okay, I got videos for everything. So they have a problem. They said, no, I don't mind dating a white man. You're not supposed to do that in the tradition of Ethiopia or any African country, because white men are your conquerors, okay? You know, you've been colonized. Your makeup is because of colonization, okay? You know, terrible. But To each his own. Let's continue. And also, I want to point out one thing. When females wear this makeup to pretty themselves up, there's a form of insecurity. And also, 9 times out of 10, they're not virgins. So just be wary of that. 9 times out of 10, they're not virgins, okay? They have a bit of experience when it comes to men in their own country. All right? And they could possibly be bar ladies if they're dressed like this. All right, let's continue.
This is an example. It can be anything. So you just kind of gather your family, your mom, your dad, your brother.
Okay, you said that.
Not like your little brother. It's just like, you gotta be older than you.
No,
So
duh.
you gather
Father.
those people, and then those like 4 or 5 people go to the house of your fiance. And then after they go, they're just gonna be like the first stand up by the door until someone let them in, you know, like someone important let them in. At this time, you, the fiance, the female, is gonna tell like her parents, telling them like, you know, somebody blah blah might gonna come, so get ready. This is very, very, very common in Ethiopia.
Well, in Deuteronomy chapter 22, verse 13, it says that as the female is not found out to be a virgin, she is cast aside, okay? She is cast out. Women, most of the time, women bleed when they lose their virginity. Trust me, they will. And you can't stick no more than one finger up there, okay? All right? Unless they stick some other vessel up there to get in there and destroy their innards, okay? But I'm just being detailed and honest about it. You have to have the father there. When I went to go meet my Ethiopian wife in Ethiopia, he allowed me to come into his house, and I respected him highly because he knew that if I found out that she's not a virgin, I'm not staying there. And then basically, since she was a virgin, I came back because I had to leave to get verification and all this other stuff to get her card and all that other stuff, which took like about 2 years, okay? But it's very important now these days to keep them there, because if you're thinking about bringing a female back into a Western country, you better have a goddamn plan. You better have a goddamn plan, because my inner voices, I'm schizo-affective, if I'm being honest, told me I got to get out of the country. I didn't really want to bring my wife back, but voices told me to do that, and I did that, and then now I'm safe. And I kind of knew my wife would be corrupted, okay? But she was fine for 2 years in Ethiopia, obviously. But when you bring a female out of her element, and on top of that, I saw signs that she was not really going to be full for me. When I was out there in Ethiopia, she had high heels. She wanted to wear the lipstick and makeup. And I said, no, that's not how the way to go. That's not the spiritual way. That's not the Jesus way to go. Okay. But she didn't want to hear me. But I brought her back anyway because I had plans. I had set up upon a plan to set up and stuff like that. There ain't nothing controlling about me. I'm just saying I'm a man. I'm a holy man, and I should respect it like one. Okay. Because I'm a king. And I deserve more than one. And I made that very clear that I was interested in polygyny, okay, and also virginity, but she lied, okay, and so when you lie, you die, okay, especially in this country. She's trapped, she can't go back home, and I feel bad because a lot of women are like her, like my wife, okay, and I knew she was going to change, but if you bring this type of female back, she's not going to be faithful to you. She'll always say that cross is her protective custody of herself in Jesus Christ, but that's a lie. This is a Jezebel speaking. So be careful. All right?
You have to, like, get ready. This is our tradition. When someone is coming to our house, we usually get ready for them, okay? So they kind of get ready. So when they come, they won't get in until the head of the house lets them in, and then they won't sit down until the head of the house tell them to sit down. Now, this doesn't happen every time, you know? Like, if someone is just, like, if some of you are thinking, like, yeah, I won't get in someone else's house unless the head of the house let me in. I won't sit down in someone else's house unless somebody let me in. Sit. But, like, you walk in and then be like, can I sit? You don't say that at someone else's house?
No.
Office. It's just
I'm about to cut her off. She sounds annoying as fuck.
But when you are in this occasion, when you are, like, going to ask...
She's cute. That's it.
...the girl to be married to your...
I'm done.
...son.
Come on.
Brother, you just... It's... respect. It shows respect.
Yes, yes. When I went out there, he invited me in. There was no kind of formalities, and we don't have Americans don't think about formalities. It has to be brought up front, so before it's been disrespected. Because if you come on to me and say I did something wrong and you try to punish me, that's not going to happen because I didn't know. Okay, but when I went out there, I was nonchalant about everything. I'm just myself, and I spoke to the father. Did not speak English too well, but the daughter did. I was like, wow, the daughter is smarter than the father. Like, wow, so I'm blessed, okay. But I did give hints to the father that I was into polygyny, but he was like smiling about it, like it was okay, and I don't know what to say, okay. But other than that, this is all I really want to say, you guys. Okay, when you're traveling to over abroad, 9 times out of 10, keep them there if you don't have plans upon a plan. You know the court system don't work against you if she tries to run to the court. That's what my wife did. My ex-wife tried to run to the court, and she made little lies, okay, you know, and these little lies caused her demise. And that's what I wanted her to do, because I have my daughters, okay, and if I have my daughters, okay, I do have custody and alimony and child support. I told her this before she got here. America is harder to live in than in Ethiopia. I tell women this all the time when I was out there. I said, you want to come to America? It is harder. Do not. Okay, and I see a lot of the good things and a lot of bad things about America, pros and cons, but a lot of these women who look like her are most likely bar ladies in her country. You know what I saw? Interesting topic here. I saw some women still wearing traditional wear in Ethiopia. Okay, and it's very important to find a female who is willing to sacrifice herself for you, not for just the goal of getting into America. And you got to test that shit out too, because a lot of times a women, if you don't tell them, if they act really, oh, I'm going to America, you got to watch her. She's not the one, dog. I'm sorry. Okay. Unless she makes an agreement like I did. I said, okay, I'll bring you to America unless you give me your sister, because that's what my whole plan was. And she said yes. So I guess she lied to me. But I don't really care no more because I had other plans, okay, just in case, okay, right? But other than that, that's all I really want to say. If you want to marry a female, you're going to have standards first, okay? She didn't give no information on what to do. The only thing she talks about is respect and having the father allow you to enter the door. That's basic. That's basic. When you get there, you're going to automatically be respected. Once you say you're American and they hear your English very clear and fluent, like myself, they're going to respect you. Because this is your standards: polygyny, virginity, and respect. Okay, because when it comes down to loyalty, respect, honesty, trust, and all that should come automatically. But if the female's not trained, okay, you're gonna have to take advantage of that in a good way. Okay, because women do lie more than men. Okay, and if you don't have standards, I usually give it a year to know a female first before I arrive to her. She has to do certain things for me. She has to sacrifice certain things for me. She got to show me videos of her families. She got to show me videos of where she living at. She got to show me videos of her family and her relatives. I got to see all that. Okay, you got to do that stuff. Your standards have to be there, and you have to wait. You just can't go out there because she's beautiful. Okay. Other than that, that's all I really got to say, guys. Once you have your standards and she's following them and she's keeping in touch for a year, then you have to plan. You have to plan carefully to go out there, like I did with my Ethiopian wife, and I married her, okay? And, of course, to marry out there is different from when you marry in the traditional way of the documentation. So marrying out there does not connect you to the United States unless you go to the United States Consulate Services, okay? International Services, you know, the USCIS, USCIS, okay? Whatever that stands for, okay? International Services, United States Consulate International Services. You go to that building and you fill out that marriage certificate. You are technically married by that one female. But you can marry multitudes of women in Muslim countries, which I learned in the Gambia, and which I have videos of, okay? Other than that, you be careful of women who are into monogamous relationships. Stay away from them. They're not for you. You have to be upfront when you're alpha, and I'm sorry for you beta males who think, oh, that's hard to do. I'm out of here, guys. I love you all, but I hate the many of you, and I'll put down her link if you want to watch the whole video, because she's kind of a ditz. Okay, she's kind of slow, but you don't exploit women like this. You just let them talk, okay? Okay, these type of females are most likely materialistic by nature. They do not, once they get tired of your sex, virgin or not, okay, they will try to run one on you. Okay, so be careful. You've been warned. From my experiences, I'm a prodigy, the only one that ever done it before us. Nobody does what I do. Okay, peace.